Really, I think the thing that really hit the nail on the head, so to speak, was when we decided to do a business, and it was a network marketing business, a great company called Nutrition for Life International. There was a gentleman associated with the business by the name of Kevin Trudeau. And because Kevin Trudeau had a memory study course, and that Nutrition for Life was also associated with Nightingale Conant, which is a self-improvement company. They produce self-improvement tapes for many authors, Zig Ziglar, Brian Tracy, Dennis Waitley, very famous authors. Because there was an association with something besides Scientology or besides what Hubbard wrote, then the church told us that we could not do this business. And at that point, I just said, that's it. You can't tell me what business I'm going to get into because you disagree with some of the management technology that Brian Tracy teaches or that Kevin Trudeau on his memory techniques teaches. You can't tell me that I can't do this business. And they said, oh, yes, we can. And you'll be excommunicated, so to speak, or disassociated from the church. I said, bye. But at first, I wanted to remain in good standing with the church. So we wrote many letters. We were advising writing letters up, what they call upline, to the hierarchy of the church. And we wrote 10 letters. I still have copies of the letters in my files. We wrote 10 letters. We did not get one response except from a lady by the name of Janet Light from the IAS, the International Association of Scientologists. And she said, I'm sorry, Peter, there's nothing I could do for you. You need to go ahead and get in touch with the complaint group, which is the WISE organization that was complaining, the WISE organization of the business Hubbard technology portion that was complaining that we were doing these things, and the local church here, the local Scientology church here was complaining. And I'm going, wait a second, I gave you $40,000. I'm a patron. My wife and I are patrons in the IAS, the International Association of Scientologists. We did not get one service for that. We gave $40,000 cash money to the church, or to the IAS, the International Association of Scientologists, for their war chest to fight, evil people on the planet that are trying to destroy Scientology, so to speak. I don't know where the money goes. But anyway, we gave $40,000 to that organization, and they wouldn't even write a letter for us or support us in any way. I said, something stinks here. There's something just not right here. And we went through this. We wrote letters and letters and letters and never got a response except go back to the complaining body, the WISE organization, a guy by the name of Quentin Strube, and then and another lady here, what's her name?
Diane Stein.
Diane Stein, an ethics officer or somebody, or whatever her post was here at the church, were complaining about our association with this multi-level marketing, network marketing company, Kevin Trudeau. So, I was very upset about that. We wrote, never got any satisfaction, and then I said, that's it. I've had enough. I mean, this is ridiculous.
It was more than complaining. It is my belief that Diane Stein made it a personal crusade. She did not have all the facts. She did not understand everything. But some of the people that were in the network marketing company, obviously as Scientologists, a lot of the contacts and a lot of the people that we had were Scientologists, and we enrolled them in this business opportunity. And it was even to the point where when the whole thing first happened, the mega memory portion in the pack that we got came out with a mega memory, that we returned it. We did not keep it. And it wasn't just these tapes. I mean, the basic thing with Nutrition for Life, most of the products were nutritional products and health care, hair care and laundry detergents and things that you use every day in your home. So we took those tapes and we returned them. But yet we were still, like
ostracized.
Diane Stein made it a personal crusade. And quite honestly, my thought was this: that means that anyone cannot be involved in Scientology and work in a bookstore where Hubbard's books are next to some other self-help type book. It was the same kind of philosophy. But without understanding, and I really believe that part of the problem was some of the people that we had sponsored into Nutrition for Life knew some of the staff members at the org. And now all of a sudden they have these org members who work long hours for very little pay, are trying to make a little money to maybe have a little bit more in life, and all of a sudden it was going to take time away from their being at the org. I mean, I don't know, that's what I believe that maybe Diane Stein was afraid of, but she was absolutely fanatical in
Well,
her attacks.
they declared us
on
enemies of the Church of Scientology because we were with this network marketing
In
business.
her attacks.
And that was the only thing that we were making money from. We were trying to make money at that point in time.
At that time, we were trying to make the money to put on the bridge. Our whole purpose was to continue to go up the
Well,
bridge.
because we'd get better, we figure we'd get better. I know it sounds crazy sometimes, but when you have the carrot keeps being dangled in front of you and you just spent all this money, you got to figure that there's got to be a pot of gold of some type at the end of the rainbow, and you just keep looking and looking and looking for it. So I know it sounds a little bit weird, but we were trying our best to really dig out, and we got buried. We really
Well,
got
and how
buried.
about the time, let's go back a little, talking about the support of the organization. How about that time we were ostracized in the newspaper?
Oh yeah.
The Way to Happiness campaign. We had been giving money and money and money
Thousands
to
of dollars, right.
the Way to Happiness. Every time they called, more money, and then we were written up in the paper, which began to affect our business. And when you ask for support, this is an organization, that's supposed to help you. Where were they?
Yeah, the Way to Happiness campaign, which is a campaign that the church sponsors. It's another way of getting people involved with the church, and it's certain precepts. I think 21 precepts about living a healthy life, and
It's
the
books
standard
into the
things.
schools, isn't it?
Yeah, you want to do it with the school system and have the kids in the school have this book. It's written by Hubbard, and it's not bad stuff. It's good stuff.
So
as
we
far
did it.
Yeah,
They asked, we did it.
so we gave thousands of dollars to that campaign, and then we were attacked by the local community, newspaper and everything, the articles about us in the newspaper, and that affected our practice too.
Yes.
Now, why did they attack you?
Well, because it was Hubbard, it was Scientology, so they realized that, and that's why the local community attacked us. This is a community we've lived in, we practiced in for years and years and years, and then they found out that we were putting Scientology books in the schools, the local schools, although the Scientology books weren't necessarily bad. I mean, it talks about brushing your teeth, keeping your body clean, don't be promiscuous, I mean, good things. But because it's written by Hubbard, or it's part of the Church of Scientology, that they just felt that they could not go along with that, and then they attacked us, and they wrote an article about local chiropractor, Peter Lazarnik, involved with Scientology, cult, and all this stuff, and then we had to defend ourselves. It was a mess, and it affected our practice terribly. Definitely affected our practice. And this is something that I would say to any doctor or any business person. You will be, at one point in time, promoted to, if you're at a consulting firm that teaches Hubbard's management technology, you will be promoted to sooner or later about doing services with the Church of Scientology. And I'll give you a very, very strong caveat. Beware of any services that you are paying these extravagant fees for. I fell for it. I mean, there's a lot of people that fall for it. It's not because you're not educated, it's not because you're stupid, it's because I know as a doctor, and they know as a doctor, that one of your buttons, your hot buttons, is to help people. And if they tell you that this is going to help you to help more people, that many times doctors will do that to be, to have a better life and to help more people, and they keep pushing those buttons. They know which buttons to push. And that's why they go after doctors. And I mean go after doctors heavily and go after businessmen heavily. So be very, very aware that when you're being promoted to about Scientology services, especially the L's, you have to be very careful. Go in with an open mind, do a lot of studying, do a lot of research. Talk to people, not only the people they tell you to talk to, but talk to many people who have done the L's. You can go on the website and go to different websites and find out about people who've done them like myself. If you ask me would I ever do it over again? Never. Never, never, never. I would never do it over again.
Never have gotten started. Would not have ever started with it.
Definitely not. So buyer beware. And, I made a mistake, and I hope that this tape helps others not to make the same mistake that Abby and I made.